Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Vinci Shakur, man. Check me out on VSC Live and Direct Music Review, where you could win Spotify playlists, not one, but 6 of them. You could get press release promo, magazine article write-up, podcast interview, The Dan Levely Show. Tap in, submit now. Let's get it.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest.
Yo, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome into the Dan Levely Show. Another great episode coming in. I am battling a stomach flu, but the show must go on. So, and honestly, I would get out of my deathbed to do this interview, because today we have none other than Saginaw Legend ASTRAY coming on to chop it up for a little bit. He's going to talk about his album that is out now, Made It Out Alive. You can catch that on iTunes and Spotify, and also being signed with Alpha Howse, a new little tidbit. And I seen a post that he shared on Facebook, and I kind of want to get into that. We'll see what happens. But without further ado, everyone, let's go ASTRAY.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What up, y'all? What's popping? What's going on?
Not
How
much.
y'all doing?
Welcome to the show. And as always, take a minute or two to introduce yourself to the audience out there.
Yo, I go by the name of ASTRAY. I represent Saginaw and Detroit, Michigan in general. First of all, I'm a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rapper. I started out as a rapper. Like the Wizard of Wordplay. So many names. I do beats. I got signed to Shady Publishing, Eminem's publishing company in 2015. I just put an album out under my homegirl Whitney Payton's label, Alpha Howse Music, and they're based out of Phoenix, Arizona, or you can even say Philadelphia. She's from Philly, so yeah. I mean, that's about it. That's all I can think of right now. But what up? How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Like, you're doing some big things out there. Like,
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I did see a post on Facebook. Like, I think it was a couple, like maybe it was yesterday. Maybe it was a couple days ago. But
Okay.
a fella by the name of Scott Storch.
Yeah, man. He
What?
hit me up out of
Okay.
nowhere. Well, I got a viral video right now or a viral reel on not TikTok, but Instagram. And
Okay.
so he seen that and hit me up and was like, send me more music. So yeah, we're just in the process of I'm sending him stuff and he's listening to it, and we're talking about certain things, and yeah.
Okay. You
So
got some,
yeah, it's exciting, man.
yeah, some big things in the future. Look, something to look
Yes.
forward to out there. That's awesome. I'm happy for you, dude. Really,
Thank you, man. And then
congratulations.
the album
Yeah.
just dropped July 19th, and that dropped on Alpha House. And that my bad, excuse me, that went
Hmm.
it got hit put on the it got on the Billboard charts for a number of different categories. So yeah, man, like it's been dope. It's been a really dope year. I've grown uh a lot this year, fan base wise, and like I've always known that, like, okay, we're kind of moving in the way of the internet, and everybody
Uh-huh.
starting to live on the internet now. But like, let me really take it, like, this last year and a half, I was like, let me really take advantage of the fact that we're doing that. And
Right.
I've been seeing nothing but results, like crazy results, to
Right.
the point where it's almost like, do I even need to leave the studio anymore? You know, I mean,
Right.
I know I need to go do a performance here and a performance there and that kind of stuff, but it's like everything, even, interviews. Look at us having this interview
Hmm.
right now. Like 10 years ago, well, maybe let's say 15 years ago, 12 years ago, I would have had to come to your spot, you know what I'm saying? Or vice
Hmm.
versa. And now we're just on the, you know, we're having an
On the
interview
tubes.
on the yeah, streaming live. So it's crazy.
It's a.
It's crazy how the game's shifting, and it's
Uh-huh.
kind of like, damn, like the old ways are kind of going away, and I miss those ways, and those are the things that built my character and
Hmm.
made me who I am. But at the same time, I'm noticing like how much this matters. You know what I mean? Like, it's, if you really take advantage of the way that it's moving and move with it and stay current and relevant, then you can win. You know what I mean? And it don't even matter how,
Hmm.
because I'm not young. I'm not a young cat no more. You know what I mean? I'm certainly not old, but I'm not I'm not one of these little 20-year olds out here.
Right.
So I'm just like, wow, I can do so much from just the studio, the crib, the spot. So
Yeah. Yeah. The CD stomping days are pretty much over with. I
I
don't.
know, yeah.
Yeah,
Now it's
but
like,
pretty much over with.
if you got a CD, you're usually just selling it as merch at a show. You're not
Hmm.
like you're not banging them out hand to hand like we used to. Like,
Right.
I mean, back in the day, we used to pick a mall in Michigan, or even like Upper Ohio, every day, and we would drive there, and like we would go to Traverse City, we would go to Great Lakes Crossing, we'd go to Grand Rapids. There's tons of malls down in the Detroit area. So we go to
Hmm.
Flint. I got kicked out of Flint for life. I mean, obviously that was in my 20s, but I can go back in there now because it's all new security, so
Right.
they don't know who I am no more. But like,
Right.
they literally took my picture, banned me for life, and that was funny. But yeah, like every day was like, we took it so serious that we would post up at the mall for as long as we could,
Hmm.
and I would either like start a crowd, like, you know what I mean, like rapping, like, just like hey man, you like hip hop? Check me out. Like, yo, you can listen to this Walkman right here, or I'll rap for you right now. I'm selling CDs and yada yada. And sometimes I would rap, and then that would form like a little crowd, and then I would fuck around and sell CDs to everybody in the crowd.
Yeah.
Or it was one by one, where people would be like, I would give them the headphones to the Walkman. I'd be like, yo, listen to this. This is me. This is my new album. And then they would buy it, and we would end up leaving that day. Or if it was like a spot where we were really doing good, we would stay a few days. So it was dope, man.
Right.
Those times were like the best times of my life.
Yeah. I
So
read.
being stuck in a studio is kind of like, it feels like counterproductive, but at the same
Uh-huh.
time, like when you think of it, you're like, wow, I'm actually all I gotta do is make reels and like put my music out there and get it seen and heard nowadays because like the visual goes hand in hand with the audio so much nowadays that it's like um yeah, that's really all you gotta do just to
Right.
make moves. So
Right. Yeah, I remember purchasing your Hungry album at the 7-Eleven on State Street and I think Weineke.
oh yeah, okay. My grandma used to stay right over there.
Yep.
Right
Yep.
over that way. So did one of my best friends, DJ
Okay.
Redburn. Yep,
Yep.
but they both
Yeah,
they
I
lived like
remember.
yep. So I was in that area a lot, especially up at
Mhm.
that 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that was my spot to go to because
Yep.
at the time I was working on State Street at the Applebee's down there. I was a cook.
Oh,
We were
okay.
a cook down
Yep.
there. So yep, that was my before or break time spot to go to. And I'm just like, boom. And I would cop CDs there every once in a while. Like I got some little white CDs from there. I got Yin Yang Twin CDs from there. I got your CDs from there. I'm just
Oh
like, yeah, it was
shit.
pretty dope. Yeah. So that was the CD spot for me every once in a while.
That's what's up, man. That's
Yep. I
cool.
think Esham too. I think I got some Esham out of there once or twice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a whole different category of music though.
Oh yeah. I used man, I sometimes I hate the fact that I don't allow myself to listen to Esham anymore. But it's
Yeah.
just too it's too negative. It's too
Yes.
like back like if it I can honestly I'll give Esham his props. If it wasn't for Esham, maybe I wouldn't be rapping right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like because I was such a fan back in my teens. And shit, that goes for ICP too. Like shout out to
Hmm.
them too. But but yeah, now that I'm older and I'm like a little bit, you know what I mean, like more in tune with God and my higher power, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, nah, I can't listen to Esham. I especially can't listen to his group Nodis, you know what I'm saying? Cause cause it, just what it spells backwards is
Hmm.
like, yeah, I can't fuck with that. But shout out to Esham, like especially everything up to his Bruce Wayne album, like Bruce Wayne, Dead Flowers, Kill the Fetus, Maggot Brain Theory, um, Booming Words from Hell, Homie Don't Play, Erotic Poetry,
Uh-huh.
uh God, what else? I don't want to leave none out. Um Closed Casket, the double disc one where he's they got him nailed to a cross. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
it's
but
out
yeah,
there.
those were all like albums that were I listened to on a daily basis.
Yeah. Yeah, I got into the conversation with Balzer. I think a couple weeks ago he was on the show, and we got into
Yup.
that conversation. He's all about the ICP and Esham. I was too
Oh,
back in
he
the day because
loves the wicked shit, bro.
yeah, like back in the day, that was the stuff that it got you in trouble, and that's what you wanted to listen to. Like if this isn't going to get me in
Absolutely.
trouble, I don't want to put it on my radio. So
Right, right. It was like listening to like when we started listening to hip hop and you came across like NWA or like
mhm,
Ice-T or someone that was just or Too Short or someone that just cursed a lot.
yeah.
And for some like when I was like 10 years old and I'm listening to this shit and I'm like, this is the dopest shit in the world. Like for some reason, I don't know, it's like they're cussing and shit and what they were talking about and then but then you get to like Esham and it's or Dayton Family or ICP and it was like even 10 times further than that. Like they were taking it further and it was just like, wow, this shit is just so wicked and evil and it wasn't like I was wicked and evil, but I
Right.
loved it was almost like, watching a horror movie. Like I loved to listen to that shit.
Exactly.
So
Yep. Exactly. But yeah, it was
hell
it,
yeah.
it's It's crazy. I did want to. I remember back in the day when growing up in the trailer park, we were all listening to your Hungry album and all that stuff, and we heard an Eminem song, and we
Yeah, yeah.
okay, see, okay, so okay, we were wondering if the lyric that he put in one of his songs was, I believe it was "Hungary," like a younger me.
Yup.
Fuck the fee, I can get you jump for free. Was that a shot at you or no?
No, but
Okay.
God, bro.
Like, put some truth behind that because I've been wondering this for years.
No, that wasn't a shot towards me, but it was
Okay.
so like that was before I knew Eminem. So the
Okay.
only
Yeah.
so everybody around me, whether I believed it or not, they believed it. Like if you were
Okay.
from Saginaw or a surrounding area or anything, and you knew me and you knew my album, and my album was named Hungry, and he
Hmm.
said that line, somebody you would give a lung to be
Yep.
hungry like a fucking younger me. Fuck the fee, I can get you jump for free. It was like people
Yeah.
immediately was like, he's talking about Stray. Holy shit. So everywhere I went, bro, in the SAG, people would be like, "Dog, Eminem was talking about you, bro." I'm like, "Nah, I don't think he was." I mean, a part of me and my manager at the time, my good friend Nick Spalding, like we were like, "What if?"
Uh-huh.
Because um, my first, as close as I've first ever was to Eminem was through an attorney called his name was Howard Hertz. He was Eminem's
Uh-huh.
entertainment attorney. And we hired him to be our entertainment attorney as well. So everything that I did, he automatically back in like the early 2000s, the first person he would shop my music to was Eminem because that was his like Michigan client. You know what I mean? Plus, it
Hmm.
was his biggest client. So he was like, well, I'm going to take this to Eminem first. And Eminem was never interested, but we always knew like anything we gave to Howard, Howard was going to show Eminem just to try to get me a deal or try to get Eminem to get interested in me to sign me as an artist. So
Uh-huh.
we hear the diss and we're like, or we hear the alleged diss, and
Right.
we was like, holy fuck, bro, that's about us, that's about me, man. And then we was like, no, it couldn't be. So we never really found out for sure until later on, like
Yeah.
years later. um but we used it to our advantage though. Like it was like, okay, y'all wanna think that Eminem dissed me? Yeah, bro, he
Hmm.
dissed me, man. Like, bro, I remember going. So you know how Eminem and the Juggalos or ICP had beef,
Uh-huh.
bro. The Juggalos did not like Eminem whatsoever.
Right.
But Eminem was so good that they still secretively like listen to them or
Hmm.
listen to Eminem. So me and my homie Dose, the infamous gathering of the Juggalos that happens every year. We
Right.
went to the second one that was in Peoria, Illinois, and we were thinking like, yo, let's people think so much that Eminem diss you. Let's take the CD and use that as our pitch. You know what I mean? Like while we're selling the CDs. Like, yo, y'all like Eminem? They're like, no, fuck no, blah blah blah. But we're like, but you heard his album though, right? And they're like, yeah, we've heard it. And you heard the song Square Dance, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, yeah, we heard it. You know how he's talking about that somebody you would give a lung to be, fuck the fee, I can get hungry like a fucking younger me. And so then I would hold my CD up and I'd be like, look, the name of my album is Hungry. And they would be
Uh-huh.
their jaws would literally drop, bro. And
Yep.
they were like, let me buy that right now. Cause Juggalos,
Copping that shit.
bro, they were spending money on whatever they could spend on.
Right.
And shout out to the Juggalos, man, because they buy merch and they are so fucking supportive.
Hmm.
And I've never seen anybody as supportive as Juggalos, ICP fans, or just that realm altogether. Like they are crazy supportive. But anyway, yeah, they was like shit, yeah, it's real. He's talking shit about him.
Yep.
And to be completely honest with you, man, like I know that I, well, I never sat down and asked Eminem all the times
Yeah.
that I've ever been in the studio with him. I've never asked him like, "Yo, were you dissing me on your Eminem Show album on the song Square Dance?" I never wanted to go that far and be like and
Right.
make it awkward, but like, cause like like I believe he wasn't. I wholeheartedly
Right.
believe he wasn't. But what if there was that chance that he was, and he just was like, I don't know. I didn't want to bring it up, and I didn't
Right.
want to lose my position at at the studio I was working, because I was interning around 2008. I was interning at his studio, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. And and then I
Yeah.
continue, and then when he signed me in 2015, I still just kept my mouth shut. But I was like, man, if he was really dissing me, he wouldn't be fucking with me right now. Like he would,
Right.
he probably like would hold some sort of, if he's gonna diss you and not say your name, then
Right.
it's you know what I mean? Like that, it's like a disc that can't help you out. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
as much as like people that he's dissed, that he said their names, uh take, let's take Machine Gun Kelly for instance.
Hmm.
Like people look at that like, oh, Eminem dissed you and he got at you, and but that's probably the best thing, one of the best things that ever happened at Machine Gun Kelly's career. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
because now people are talking, talking, talking. And Machine Gun Kelly's already, he was already dope. You know what I mean? He
Hmm.
already had a huge following. But then he gets he gets into this beef with like one of the best rappers out there, one of the considered the one of the best, and people are looking at him like, damn, Eminem's like beefing with MGK, like, so it's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't want to really go there with him, so
Right.
I never found out. I never wanted to
Yeah.
be like, hey man, were you dissing me on Eminem show and the part where you say hungry like a younger me? I didn't want him to, and I also didn't want him to look at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like I don't know you, bro. Like you from Saginaw, man. Like what, who are you?
All right.
So
Let's call it a happy coincidence and then move on from there. Pretty
right,
much. Right.
a very good coincidence, man, because that
Right.
coincidence like made me a lot of money selling hand CDs. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that'd be
dope.
that would be a good marketing point right there.
It
That'd be
was.
awesome.
We used that to our advantage big
Yeah.
time.
We believed it too. Like I'm cold heartedly, honestly gonna tell you, we believed it. That was
I
it. Like
know, bro. I
we're
mean,
singing it. We believed it, all of
I that's what I'm see. Like we kind of did too. We were like,
it.
hey, whether it's true or it's not, let's roll with it and see what it does for us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's like someone threw us an alley oop, and we was like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Smash it.
we could not. It was like, how can you not roll with it? How can you not use it to
Mhm.
your advantage?
Right.
It's a hustle at
Exactly.
that point.
Now, how did you get hooked up with Alpha House? Because like you said, they're mostly out of Philly, and I believe Willie North Pole's from
Willie, Willie,
Arizona.
and yep, Willie and my homeboy Felix, my good friend Felix. His
Hmm.
rap name is Bag of Tricks Cat, and
Yep.
then they're both out of Phoenix. And Whitney is from Philly, but she moved out to Arizona, and
Okay.
she started fucking with Felix, and then they started fucking with Willie, and then she she got me on her album, her last album,
Hmm.
and the song, we both really liked the song, and it was kind of like a personal song, like more of like a talking about like life situations that we were going through right at the moment. And so I don't know, that song did something to where she was like, man, I really like Astray and I like working with them. And so she asked me to for my next project if I wanted to sign on to her, put it out through her label and work with her as a team, and Felix and Willie. And so now, yeah, that's the team, Alpha House. So
Nice.
hell
Now,
yeah, man. All really cool people.
right? Is it just you four at the moment? Are you plan on expanding or
I mean,
adding a podcaster?
as artists, it's us four. And
Right.
for the most part, like we all hold down uh what we do, like Whitney's, we each have like like not just as artists but like
Hmm.
strengths that we can bring to the table.
Right.
um like for instance, like Whitney's extremely good with like marketing and uh touring and websites and stuff like that. So she's been in the game quite a while.
Hmm.
Felix is like A1 with the mixing. Like he knows how to mix like nobody's business. And he um he uh he's also an artist. He before he started mixing, him and his cousin, they have the number one studio ranked in Arizona also.
Hmm.
So that's really dope. They got that this year actually. And they before that they were like music like show promoters. So they're
Okay.
really good at marketing as well and throwing a show and stuff like that. So and then Willie, he has his backstory where he was damn near almost signed to 50 Cent, and then he
Oh
fucked
wow.
around and yeah, and then he got signed to Luda. And he went through his career ups and downs, and kind of like the same way that with me, like the industry
Hmm.
kind of he earned all of his accolades and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like the industry kind of like spit him up, or chewed him up and spit him out. And I would say it kind of did the same thing to me, you know what I mean? Like um so it felt right to be like part of a team of underdogs or what have you, like out.
Right.
But now we're alpha out, like, instead of underdogs, we're as a team, we're Alpha House. So that's the whole aesthetic around that.
Right. I do like I think it was like one of the verses that I think Bag of Tricks Cats was saying is that in one of the songs, one of your Alpha House songs, he was like, M signed him, but he needed a Dre.
But he needed a Dre.
Yep. And I was
Yeah,
just like, oh, that's dope. I'm like, yeah.
don't sleep on Bag, bro,
Yeah.
on the Tricks Cat, because that dude, man, he's like, yeah, he plays, his biggest position is an engineer, but he'll get
Uh-huh.
on a song and he'll fuck it up. His pen game is nice.
Yeah.
He's super nice with it.
Yeah. I actually have him coming on. He's actually closing out my 2024 on December 14th. So he'll
For
actually be
real?
on this show. Yep. He's actually going to be on this show
Oh
December
hell
14th.
yeah, dude.
Uh-huh.
That's what's up, bro. So like I fuck with Willie. That's my dog. I fuck with
Hmm.
Whitney. That's my sis. But like I can truly say, like, out of those guys, uh Felix, like that's a really close friend at this point.
Right.
Like through this whole last year of working together, like he's who I corresponded with the most. And he would like teach me tricks on mix, because I also do mixing and mastering. I'm not as
Hmm.
advanced as he is, but I he would teach me things. And he was he's an old soul for how young he is, man. Like he would he would talk me through shit that I was going through in life.
Right.
And he would be like, yo, man, you should look at it this way, look at something this way. And I'd be like, dog, like you're a cool person to have as a friend. Plus
Mm-hmm.
you like you're light years ahead of your time, man. Like you just seem to know all this cool stuff. And so yeah, he was real helpful, and he just became a really good friend. So that's my dog, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. Like you never know like who you're gonna cross paths with. Like
Yeah,
like
for
I do
sure.
it. I have my friends out here. I honestly do. I have good friends and friends that I hang out with every day that I talk to every day. But I've made some really good friends with people that I've never even met face to face, just online. And it's just like a
Hmm.
lot of people from Texas. I got a few people in Alaska that I talk to on the daily, and I never met these people. I just talk to them clickety clack online. And they're just cool
Right.
people to hang out with.
Yeah, yeah. Like no, literally, like I've known Felix now since last summer.
Hmm.
Last summer is when the song came out. But so even before that, I knew him. And it's been a complete online relationship. And then I went out there for a week
Hmm.
in July, right before the album came out. And met him and hung out with him for a week, and I haven't seen him since. So I've known this dude for over a year now, but I've only seen him like 6 or 7 days of my life. So it's
Right.
crazy. It's like, but I consider him like such a close friend, and I hold our friendship like real high because all the shit we've talked about and the shit like I mean, personal shit, mixing shit, just
Hmm.
kicking it, bullshitting on the phone, you know like it's crazy because it's like he lives halfway across the country. I've only met him a couple days out of a week, and then but he's still like the homie, you know what I mean, like someone I
Right.
confide in. Yeah.
Yep. That person you can talk to when you need to. We all need
Yeah,
that.
definitely. That and someone's opinion or whatever, like I hold it real high. It's not like I don't, because like sometimes people that have those kind of like long distance friendships or relationships or whatever they are, they're like they might not take them as serious, and I'm just like, no, that's my dog. He knows what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, Bobby Chance is out here saying that he came back with a tan. Out to Arizona for a week and came back with a tan.
Man, I was in Arizona, in Phoenix, and we like they make it a habit to not go
Right.
outside. Summertime, like it's
Yeah.
like I wasn't even outside long enough to get a tan because they're like, bro, grab your water because everybody carries around this big ass bottle. I can't remember what they're called, but it's a big ass like thermos of water, and it's
Like a
always ice
Stanley?
cold. I don't know. It could be called that. I can't remember. My
Stanleys
homie
are big
just
now.
my homie Justice, he gave me one to take back home because he was like, "Here, bro,
Hmm.
you're gonna need this while you're here." And he was like, "Keep it full, keep yourself hydrated." And I'm like,
Hmm.
"Okay, bet." So I kept filling it up, and it would literally stay cold with amongst the because every day was like 120 degrees outside. So you go outside and it's just like people don't spend their time. They don't. I remember before I went there, I asked Felix out because I stayed at my homie's Justice's house when I went out there, and I was like, "Dog, did they got like a store I can walk to or something? Like if I need something?" He's
Hmm.
like, "No, we don't walk around out here, bro." It's like we get in the car with air conditioning, or we stay in the house, or we get inside. Like nobody just walks around out in Arizona, and I'm like,
Right.
yeah, you're right. Like it's crazy hot out here.
Yeah, I've
Like
heard stories. Yeah, I've heard stories of people that are out in Vegas and stuff in Arizona, and their flip flops would melt to the concrete. It'd be so fucking hot out. It's like,
I don't. I mean, I don't know if it was that hot, but it was. It was it was hot like but it was like if you've ever been to Florida and you've experienced that kind of heat, which is also extremely hot, especially like southern Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Um like it's not the same though. Like southern Florida, I feel like that's even though I love Florida, I wish I could move to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst heat because it's like there's so much humidity in the air, and you when you're trying to breathe, you're like you're it's hard to breathe. It feels like there's pressure because there's like water and stuff in the air,
Mm-hmm.
or humidity in the air. the the Arizona heat is more like a dry heat, and I didn't get this until I went out there. I was like, I didn't understand what do you mean by dry heat? Like I gotta
Right.
experience that. And then when I experienced it, I was like, damn, they're right. Like you walk outside and it feels like you opened the oven door and you're right, you're
Mm-hmm.
like when you open the oven, you're about to pull something out of it and you
Right.
feel that heat. That's what it feels like, but it's not, none of it's like wet. So it's almost like you could be out there for 10 minutes and your body, you haven't broke a sweat yet, even though it's
Right.
120. You feel it like you're standing right next to a fire, but for some reason you're not like sweating until you walk inside of
Right.
somewhere that actually has humidity. And because I don't know the way that it's set up out there, it's crazy. But once you walk inside somewhere, that's when the sweat starts dripping and you're just like, yeah, the
Yeah.
air, like everybody's got the air on big time out there, like you have to. And there's even
Right.
Felix said there's rules out there that you gotta, um you know how like in larger areas they'll be like no public bathrooms, like you can't come in and use the bathroom, you can't nothing like that. But it's
Right.
illegal. He said it's illegal to, if someone comes in and to any establishment and asks for water and you refuse them water, it's like that's illegal. You can't do that because it's the
Oh
desert.
wow.
Yeah, I was like, what? That's crazy. So
Like everyone's got to have water on standby then out there,
yeah, I mean,
just in case.
I don't know about. I mean, I think he might have meant just like
Like
restaurants and
like
shit, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's like businesses, just like if you walk into a car dealership or a office place or some shit. Like,
right.
I don't think that's the case. But like, if you
Or
go in
like an Old
somewhere and
Navy.
ask, yeah, yeah,
It's like I need water.
I need
Old
water.
Navy. Water and Caprice. Give me water and Caprice.
Right, right.
But yeah,
Damn,
that's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends that actually live out in Scottsdale, Arizona, and
That's close. That's really close to Phoenix, right?
yeah, I believe it's, I don't know how close it is. I think Scottsdale is more towards the southern border. I think Phoenix, or
Oh,
maybe
okay.
yeah, but it's like a smaller Phoenix out there, and
Mm, okay.
they say like when they after they get out of the shower, all they gotta do is go outside and swish her hair around and it's dry, and then she goes back in.
Yeah.
It's like, "Yeah, that's crazy." But that dry heat, yeah, they say it's like you instantly. She's like, you are. She says you are sweating, but you don't realize it because it's just evaporating so quickly.
Yeah.
And I was like, it makes a lot of sense actually. If it's that
One
hot
thing
out
it
there,
did do, one thing it did do when I was out there was rain. It rained one night.
yeah,
And Justice, my homie that I was staying with, he was like, dude, this is really rare. Like,
right,
so I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, so I don't know. I don't ever, you don't hear about it raining in Arizona or anything like that. So
right,
it's crazy. I was like, hell yeah, that's dope, man. It's like some good luck type shit.
right, exactly, exactly. But you had a concert not too long ago, like last week, right? Am I
I
correct?
did
Yeah,
at White's.
yeah,
Um, I had back to back. I had the Astray show. the jump off of the Astray tour, and then afterwards inside the bar we had the finals of the Grab the Mic, because we
Okay.
do the Grab the Mic thing all year, and we've been doing it definitely since last summer, and now this year we crowned the champion. My homeboy LOE Buddha. Shout out to
Okay.
LOE Buddha. Hell yeah, he got down and he murdered that shit. So did a lot of other people though. Like my homegirl Polka, she got on. She did her thing. My homie Amor, shout out to Amor, he did his thing. A lot of people did their thing, man.
Right.
But yeah, but each show was really dope. Like both of them went smooth, so it was nice. It was like a 10-hour event.
Yeah. So I do have with your consent, obviously, I did not ask you before the show, so I'm going to ask you now. You can tell me no. I do have a video of yours that I pulled off of YouTube, and if you're okay with it, I would like to play it on air. It's the
Yeah,
Avalanche.
absolutely.
The
Oh
official-
yeah,
okay.
bet. Hell yeah.
All right. You hear that, YouTube? That's called verbal consent. Don't copyright me. I hate sick of this shit.
Right.
Right, but yeah. So let's get into this real quick. We can do Astray, Avalanche. Enjoy, everyone, and then we'll talk about it after this.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Got my dogs on the sides of me when we step through the door. And if I didn't have my squad with me, I'd still be in this bitch dolo. Put your hands where my eyes can see, and I'ma give you a show. Get 'em up like a robbery, and let me see you wave 'em back and forth. Hey yo, I don't care who's around, it don't matter. I boom batter, the chrome gotta leave your dome splattered. I babble very ill vocabulary. To shoot you means I'll pop your snapper cap and spill your appleberry. Around here we gotta duck police. I rock a tuck piece that sticks out like some buck thieves. The whole city's full of rap singers and crack slangers who pack bangers, turning beef into black Angus. Fuck a glass of water. I rock the microphone with the rough and rugged voice and see how many tracks I slaughter. The funeral parlor's gonna have to make a casket order. I'm harassing rappers like annoying ass reporters. I got a cheddar fetish, and for the money I'll leave your head a reddish and chop your body up like shredded lettuce. So leave it up to Lauryn Hill to kill you softly, cause I'ma keep murdering y'all until you off me. Got my dogs on the sides of me when we step through the door. And if I didn't have my squad with me, I'd still be in this bitch dolo. Put your hands where my eyes can see, and I'ma give you a show. Get 'em up like a robbery, and let me see you wave 'em back and forth. Unraveling, baffling styles, rapping from the abdomen with the force of an avalanche traveling down, tackling half of the town. Mass hysteria, rap superior, slashing, tearing your ass and laugh as I bury ya. You dream of being this precise, my words nice. One verse, this mic curse your life. If heard twice, I thirst mics at first sights. I take flight and rap at a high enough volume to break lights. I'm usually the cool and peaceful pacifistic guy, but you've unleashed the brutal, cruel and evil, nasty, vicious side. Now your ass is history, it's hazardous to try to fuck with me. You get to die without your last 3 wishes. Bye. My temper's flaring. If ever someone is less than 10% of caring, that they're apparently interfering with me when my mental's blaring. Bearing pencils, tearing up a song. That's why I write from dusk till dawn like Quentin Tarrant. I was born with the hustling in me, with the mind of Ace and the muscle of Nicky. But I don't stand in front of slot machines. I'm clocking cream in the middle of my block with green. Dog, I got chopped. Look, this tree's purple. But first, do you got any cheese like Steve Urkel? I rep the D block, a hustler's heaven. You have to recop 10 minutes after you left the weed spot.
Check it, listen, you can make a recognition. Me in a second, but never strengthen your recognition. I wreck a person who mess with me. I read your thoughts and tell your life story in second person perspective. I love hip hop. Battle contestants fighting for life with lights and shining as bright as fluorescent lighting. Whether impressive writing or two-man freeing, if you MCing, you feel good just being a human being. I dropped the grammar, I got the plan to chop the hand of a man that was plotting to stop hip-hop with the propaganda. So flee and caution, I got a fleet of some reinforcements eager to meet you, and each receiving the G endorsement. Korean swordsman, as accurate as a fact, in the form of a rapper with knack to rip up a track. Yeah, live and direct, rhyming, I'm phenomenal. I wreck you and your crew will fall like the common domino effect. Got my dogs on the sides of me when we step through the door. And if I didn't have my squad with me, I'd still be in this bitch dolo. Put your hands where my eyes can see, and I'ma give you a show. Get 'em up like a robbery, and let me see you wave 'em back and forth.
That was
Yeah,
dope.
that's what's up,
That's like my
man.
favorite song off your new album. Yeah.
Okay, okay, dope. The first single. That's what's up, man.
Yeah. The first, yeah.
Hey, yo, my
There's
homeboy
a lot of
Bobby
familiar
Chance.
faces in there.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of familiar faces. Speaking of one familiar face, my homeboy Bobby Chance. He was in the video. He just shout out Bobby Chance. He just commented while the video was playing, and I don't know, he must have misspelled it or something, but he sounded like a foreigner because he said he didn't say this shit goes hard. He said this shit fucks hard.
Oh, in the
So
comments? Yeah,
it
let's see.
reminded me of like a little Indian dude or something. He's like this shit fucks hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to
Yes,
Bobby Chance. Thank you for the
my
comment.
friend, this shit fucks hard. That is very good. Yes, this fucks hard. Shout out Bobby Chance.
Oh,
That's
that's
my
good.
homie, man.
Yeah, yeah. He had I think Balzer, Twin Terror was on there.
Yeah, Twin
Hat
Terror,
Hat was
Balzer,
on there. Yep.
Scheme,
Scheme.
Solo, Polka, Giacana. God, there was more.
Mhm.
Zay Biz, my homie Take Heart. Um, I know I'm missing people, but yeah, a lot of people was in there, man. Jay Too Loud. Yup.
Yep. Yeah, great. Yeah, it's like, and he had most of these people performing too at this show. It's like there was a lot of people at that concert too.
Yeah, yeah, yep. There
He had a
was
lot of performers out there.
try to pack it up, man.
Yeah, how'd that end up going? Like, was you end up packing it up, or you got a good show
It
out?
was I mean, I don't feel like I promoted it well enough, to be honest. But um at its heights, it was very decent. You know what I mean? Like it was there was a lot of people there that showed love. I threw a show last summer, and I'm like I'll completely admit I'm not the best at throwing shows. Like that's not my
Mhm.
forte. I'll The way I throw shows is like I'll get a hold of a venue and I'll be like, look, y'all want to book me? Yada yada. Here's my price. Just take care of that, and like if it's over 2 hours away, then get me a hotel so I don't have to drive home the same night,
Mhm.
and then I'm there, and then I'll promote it. You know what I mean? But like this was more of a like a ticketed event and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that, and I I did everything right, but I just feel like I could have did more. Like last year, I had my homie Redburn. He's more in the touring circuit. Like
Hmm.
he hops on with other bands and tours. And then we also had like a other headliner, even though like the headliner we had last year, like they didn't really do what we thought they were gonna do. But
Okay.
I think the three of us together, Redburn, Astray, and Bazaar from D12, like we we pulled a lot of people. And not right. And this time it was like Astray and friends kind of thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or Astray um and people that Astray fucks with type of
Right.
show. So I would like to, I don't know. I think that the show we should have probably kept it the same formula, but I changed it up a little bit because I didn't have Redburn this year, and I didn't have Bizarre or a different headliner,
Right.
and there was things that I couldn't do certain things because shout out to like the Whites, like Alicia White and uh but like she's 9 months pregnant. I don't know if she's had her. I haven't been on Facebook, but um if she hasn't had her baby, like she's minutes away from having it because she's 9 months pregnant, and she's like, yeah, you can definitely throw your end of the summer show, but um we're not trying to go all out like we did last year.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that sucks, but I'm pretty loyal to White's Bar, and I was like, I still want to do it here. So,
Right.
but everything turned out good though. I wasn't mad at it. It was dope.
Right. I always got in trouble when I went to White Spire because I always went the wrong way and a one way.
Yeah, because they're on with the one
I
way.
always
Yep.
did it. Yeah, I always
Staten
did it.
Davenport.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Can't be drinking and driving out there, guys. Don't be doing that. And if you do, go the right way on a one way.
Right, right.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
How about that? Just don't do it. It's bad.
Right, right.
But yeah, countless times where I'm just like, damn it. Like I've done it sober too. Like I didn't even have to be drunk. I just went up there. Damn it. You be in the middle of this fucking lane. Hopefully no cops see me. I swear I'm not drunk. I just wrong. You get turned out.
Right,
It's
right.
like that here in Midland too. It's like that here in Midland too. You got one way is crazy. If you don't know your way around Midland, you're gonna get
Bro,
lost.
Midland is I've actually even lived in Midland before. I went to me and my dad got married to some broad named Melody or something, Melanie, when I
Uh-huh.
was like literally they were only married like less than a year. But when they got married, we moved out there to her crib. He kept his crib here in Saginaw, but he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna move out there." And I'm like, "Okay, going to Midland." I got kicked out of. This is when I got kicked out of Heritage, and so he was like, "We're gonna move out there, and you're going to Bullet Creek." And I'm like, "Bullet Creek? That's like not that ain't even. I mean, it's Midland, but it's like the outskirts. Like it's
Yeah.
country." And but it was cool. I liked Bullet Creek, but they
Yeah.
kicked me out too, man. They said I brought too much of a gangster element, and I was from Saginaw and this and that. And I was like, that's some bullshit. I wasn't even on no gangster. I mean, I was on a little bit of gangster shit, but I wasn't like super like gang banged out or nothing like that.
Uh-huh.
Um but yeah, they kicked me out, and anyway, but then I started going to Wendover, and so I lived there for like 6 months, and then throughout my life, like I had a lot of friends in Midland, like so
Uh-huh.
you would think that I would know my way around by now, but I don't. I just know the how to get to these certain spots, like the mall, the
Right.
fairgrounds every year because that's where we always go sell CDs. Um, the downtown, like the courthouse area,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
The Tridge.
the Tridge,
Yeah.
but like, like I would go, to Austin's house or the twins' Austin from the Twin Terror,
Yeah.
I would go to his house and I'd be like, "Fuck, where am I at? Where am I?" Like, so I it took me going there like 5 or 6 times to be like, okay, now I remember how to get here instead of
Right.
having to use my maps. But yeah,
Right.
like, and the same goes for Bay City. Like, I've been to Bay City so many times. I even used to work in the mall in Bay City way back in the day, and I still only know certain areas. Like Bobby Chance is from Bay City, and
Yeah.
he's trying to tell me, like, over here where this is this and this over here, and I'm like, dog, I don't know. I know Midland Street. I know how to get to the mall. Um,
Like,
and
give me an address.
I even me and DJ Redburn used to live out there in a house. We
Yeah.
had a house out there, and that's where he had his studio. He recorded half of my third album, and I still like, if you were to ask me to like try to find that house or what street it was on or what, I wouldn't be able to remember. I don't know, I'm bad with Bay City and Midland, man. I know Saginaw like the back of my hand, but I when I go to Bay City and Midland, I'm like, sometimes I'm clueless.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's the same here. Like, I'm good with Midland now. I lived here for almost 10 years, so I
Okay.
know my way around pretty well. But Saginaw, like the back of my hand. Bay City, try to stay away from Bay City because it's just confusing me. Like, I know how to get to certain dispensaries that I like to go to, but that's about it.
Okay. Okay.
that's
See,
that's the just my Bay City is.
anything that seems like it's a like it's like a grid.
Uh-huh.
Um, I like it's like I take 10 in the Bay City, and it's either going north and south or east and west, and it's like
Hmm.
just like Saginaw, north or south, the east and west. So it's like everything is, if you look at it that way, I'm like, oh, I know where I'm going. Okay. But Midland, I feel like it's all curves and roads that curve around, and like I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is so confusing.
Yeah,
But plus there's the
roundabouts.
Bay City River to like all, and the Saginaw River to like let you know where you are. Like,
Right.
so if you're on Midland Street, you're right by the river. Across the street's the east side. You know what I mean? Just like Saginaw, like across the street, or not across the street, but across the river is the east
Yeah.
side. And it's like, okay, I know if I go this way, I'm going north, and this way but in Midland, it's like, where like you get looped around, and you're just like, damn, I don't know what way I'm going.
Yep. Yep. It's
Confusing.
yeah. It's confusing as shit.
Hmm.
Living out here. But yeah, I was watching before the show started. I was watching some of your performances over at the shelter in Detroit way
Oh
back when.
wow.
Like,
Yeah.
throwing that back. How was that going out to like going to the same spot that you knew where, not to bring him up again, but to where you knew Eminem came up from, and you're at the same on the same
Oh,
stage that he
dude,
performed at.
there's like an energy in there. Well, because I mean, he didn't really come up in the shelter, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
it was the movie just kind of depicted that, like
Okay.
that's where it took place, but there was other places that they would frequent at. But just
Hmm.
still the energy of the shelter, and then upstairs, especially St. Andrews. St. Andrews is like a very well-known venue, especially like for like in between like the underground and mainstream or bigger acts. Like if you're in between, like I've seen so many dope ass artists rock even the shelter, but like St. Andrews, like I got to open up with my homie Dagda for Yellow Wolf when Yellow Wolf was
Oh,
at the
cool.
yeah, back in like 2012. And I've seen Ritz there, I've seen Warren G there, I've seen Elzai there, I've seen, God, there's so many artists. so many artists. But then, like, um, I've performed at so I've been on both stages. The Shelter is definitely more of like an intimate, smaller gathering, but it's a dope ass spot.
Right.
It's if I can remember correct, I haven't been there in a while, but it's all like concrete and shit, and
Hmm. It looks like
um
a basement, like it's in a
yeah,
basement.
exactly. Yeah, yep. It literally looks like a shelter, like a something you would go downstairs if there's a tornado or something.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah, so it's dope. It's dope that it has that look to it, that vibe to it.
Right. Is it really downstairs or no? It's
Yeah,
just
it is.
basement.
Yep,
Oh, okay. Okay.
it's downstairs. Yeah, because
All right.
there's you go in to St. Andrews, and then there's the ground level. Well, you got to walk up, and then here's the ground level. But if you go downstairs, you'll get to the Shelter, and if you go upstairs, you'll get to like this upper bar area. Plus, like I don't know if it still has it. I haven't been in St. Andrews in a long time, but
Right.
they got like this backstage room area that a lot of artists used to kick it at, and it was a dope ass spot.
Oh, dope. No, when you were meeting like all these like big names, like you said, Warren G and stuff like that, back in the day, um, because I get a lot of because I had Tommy Chong on my show like probably a year ago,
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
I got a lot of were you like starstruck and like did you like choke up and stuff and like that? And I was like, well, before the episode, yeah, I was a little bit nervous because it's fucking Tommy Chong. But as soon as the live button hit, I was normal,
You
like cool,
you
slick,
went into business
yeah.
mode, like, yo.
Yeah, I went into podcast host mode, and that's how it went. And it went pretty well. But so I always ask people, I'm like, when you see like these big names that you've probably like idolized and listened to while you're growing up, like were you like starstruck at that point in time, or did you just like smooth, calm, collected, speak
No,
your
it
business?
was even if I like might have felt like uh even like an inkling of being starstruck, like
Uh-huh.
I knew how to I knew that I can't show that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't I gotta you gotta it's almost like you're standing on a bed of nails, but you
Hmm.
gotta or you're walking through hot coals, but you still gotta keep a straight face. You know what I mean? Like you
Right.
can't show that you're starstruck. You can't give off that energy. So like I remember the first time I met Eminem. So like let's even bypass like all these other rappers we're talking about and Eminem. When I went down to long story short, I got the position of being able to um intern out of Eminem's studio in
Hmm.
Ferndale on 9 Mile called 54 Sound at the time. That's where he was recording at. And until he went and bought his own studio. But King Gordy, he was the one that like he didn't set it all up, but he was like the guy that I was doing music with that was linked to them. Um and he like they heard my music through him and they
Hmm.
invited me down to like uh be able to record there, work there, do whatever I wanted there, make beats. They were like, if you whenever you want to come work here, like you're free to come. So I actually moved down there. But anyway, when I first went there, the first time I ever went there, me and my manager Nick at the time, we knew that that was Eminem's studio, but
Hmm.
we were like, what's the chances we're gonna see Eminem? Like, what it was so the chances were so minute that weren't even thinking about it. We weren't even talking about it.
Hmm.
But sure enough, we get there. We go into a meeting with the owner of the studio, Joel Martin, and King Gordy, and one of the things they requested of me was to make a remix to one of King Gordy's songs, but do like and make a new beat
Hmm.
over it from the beat that was already on the song. And so we were sitting in this like little lounge area where you get coffee and stuff like that. And So I'm sitting here on the couch, and Eminem's coming through this hallway, and like I heard a door open back here, but I didn't think of anything of it. But I knew there was like some sort of hallway because I remember passing it, and so I hear footsteps, and I fucking look up like this, and it's him, and I'm just
Mhm.
like what the fuck, like this is surreal at this point. I was like, I'm looking at him, and like he's literally this far away from me. I'm looking at him, I'm sitting down, he's standing up. He introduces himself, he's like, hi, I'm Marshall. And he had a handful of this armful of CDs. um and like in the midst of introducing himself, he drops them all onto the
Mhm.
floor. So then I'm sitting down on this couch, and he's right here beside me basically, and all the CDs fall onto the floor, and I see him like scurry down to get the CDs. So he's like down, like I'm looking at the top of his head at this point because he's down here reaching around on the ground trying to like grab CDs that were dropped and reach for CDs that like had maybe slid across the floor and shit.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? This is crazy. Like, and then he got up and he started talking to us, and Joel was like, hey, listen to what this is, Astray, and this is his manager Nick, and listen to what this beat that Astray did for Gordy. And he listened to it for like 10 seconds, and he was like, yeah, that's dope. And then he walked in the other room. And then it was cool because after the meeting, Joel was like, hey, you guys want to stick around? You can go in Eminem's little session in the studio room if you want. And we were like, are you fucking kidding us? Like, hell yeah, let's go. And so that was the first time I ever met Eminem. We probably stuck around for maybe 2 hours after that, and
Uh-huh.
just kind of like witnessed him in the studio. This was right around the Shady 2.0 mixtape era.
Okay.
The one where it's like all the artwork, like he did all that artwork himself.
Mhm.
He drew all those pictures. But I will say, man, he's cool as fuck, and he's funny as hell. Like he's one of the funniest people I've ever met. And but anyway, what was we getting at?
Oh,
Oh, the starstruck, yeah, I was
yeah.
absolutely 1,000% starstruck, but I had like it felt like my heart dropped into my foot, bro.
Right.
When I looked up and seen Eminem, like what? And then but then I had to keep my composure. Yo, what's up, man? Blah blah blah, yada yada, and that's what it was. And it wasn't.
Right.
Like I wasn't about to like fan out or anything, even though like if you would have gave me the chance, I probably would have fucking kept him in the building and for 6 hours asking him questions, like yo, how do because I'm so like fascinated by the way he raps, and like
Mhm.
I'm a student of the game, and he's one of the teachers. He's literally one of my teachers as far as this hip hop shit. So
Right.
uh he's very, like him, Nas, Big L, Big Pun, Jay-Z, not like tons of others too, but it's like yeah, it's like if I had met any of those people, I would want to pick their brain and, you know, ask them certain shit, but you just
Mhm.
can't. You got to keep your composure, and I'm sure like that's how it would, like if I was to ever meet Tommy Chong, bro, like you did, like I
Mhm.
would I would want to I would want to be like, man, how did you guys come up with such funny ass material? Like, what was your
Right.
process? And then you guys are also like really musically inclined. Like, how did
Mhm.
you incorporate all that? And like, how did Up in Smoke and your other like Still Smoking and some of your other movies like Nice Dreams, or one of my favorites, the second movie,
Oh, still
that
smoking?
no, that was their last movie. Um The second movie was, I think it was called the second movie. It was the one where Cheech plays like the hillbilly dude with the long hair, and he's got the weed field.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I know who you're
Pee
talking
Pee
about. Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman is in it as a bellhop at a hotel. It's
Yup,
just
I know which one you're talking about.
that's oh, it's called the next movie.
The next
That's
movie,
my
yeah.
favorite. That's my with that and Up in Smoke are my favorite ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all classics, man. And like if I was to meet Tommy Chong just seems like just the coolest motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like so I would love to chop it up with Tommy. Or
Yeah.
Cheech. Cheech seems cool as hell too, you know what I mean? Like and I've laughed so many times at their movies and their stand-ups and the any like all the stuff that they did. It's all
Right.
classics. So I'm sure that's how you felt when you interviewed Tommy.
Yeah, it's like I'm probably gonna be reaching out to him a little bit. I kind of want to get him back on the show. Like I always do this when I have somebody on the show on the first. I always, we always have a good show and everything, and then after the show's over, I'm like, oh, I should ask him this. I should have asked him this. I should have asked him
Oh,
this.
of
And I
course.
write that shit down, and then I'm like, well, sticky note for next time.
Next time. Yep, yep.
That's how it is, and that's pretty much how I got sticky notes everywhere. My desk is a mess. There's sticky notes everywhere for like guests that I've had on like 2 years ago that I might just have still back that's still on.
I've learned to
You never
use
know.
my notes, my notepad and my iPhone or my reminders
Uh-huh.
but at the same time it's like you're like fuck man, I got so many of these. I got to just scroll and then I'm like where is it? Where was my idea? Where's and sometimes I'm like, man, I just should have wrote that shit down instead of put it in there
Right.
cuz it gets lost. You get so many of them that it's like damn,
Yeah.
your whole phone is filled up with them.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. So we are running short on time, but what do you got going on in the future? What's going on? It wasn't Stray's I want to say Magic 8 Ball.
Right now, honestly, man, like so I'm still pushing the album heavy.
Hmm.
I just had to move the studio. So it was located in Saginaw. Now I'm out in Freeland. So
Okay.
halfway between Saginaw and Midland, which is kind of a good it's almost like in between Saginaw, Midland, and Bay City. Because if you take 10 down to like the Auburn exit, Garfield Road.
Hmm.
It's real close. If and then Midland, same thing. If you take 10 to the Freeland exit, it's real close. And then if you're in Saginaw and you just take Midland Road out to Freeland or Freeland Road out to Freeland, it's close. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
like I feel like it's like 10 to 15 minutes away from each city. So, depending on where you are in the city, but
Right.
it's a good central spot to be. So, but yeah, as far as I'm literally sitting in a studio that's like 10% put together right now. Um, it's because we just moved the other day, so I gotta spend this next week getting stuff hooked back up and treating the room with the acoustics and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, as far as my career though, um, I'm I still gotta shoot. My big thing is to shoot a lot of reels for the songs and put them on TikTok, put them on Instagram, put them on Facebook, to give people visuals of the song. Because nowadays it feels like you know the song being accompanied by a visual is it does you know 10 times more than just someone hearing the song, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
we're not we're not in a YouTube era where I mean a YouTube video era to where it's like we're shooting these full-fledged videos. It's like as long as someone can see you and put like just get a visual of you kicking it, rapping, whether it's like showing them your process in the studio, out on the street rapping. Um, like as much as I love shooting videos, bro, like that's one of my passions. I love to shoot videos.
Hmm.
Um, you've seen the video I just shot for Balzer?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like
That's a
that was
great
a
one.
lot of fun. I like doing that type of shit, man.
Okay.
And um but yeah, so as much as I like doing that, it's kind of at the moment, it's like I don't really need to do that. I just need to give
Right.
people the 90-second reels and just and let them go viral if they go viral, and it just because what it really does is draws people to your platforms that you do um, sell or stream music on. So
Hmm.
people are like, oh, damn, this is Stray Dude. If they're just discovering me on TikTok or Instagram or something, they're like, oh, I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna listen to everything that's on TikTok, but then I'm also gonna go look him up on Spotify and
Hmm.
listen to his whole catalog because I fuck with him now. I'm a fan. So just to keep all the music moving and keep it doing numbers and doing what it's supposed to do, I do that. I try to make that like a daily routine. And if not daily,
Right.
like bi-daily, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
I try to even get my homies, like I try to push that shit on my friends as much as possible to be like, look, man, look at this formula. Like it works, just
Right.
as long as you keep at it, you'll see good results, at some point, like it'll start to work in your favor. And like in a year, 143,000 followers on TikTok alone. Um, uh 76,000 followers on Facebook. Instagram ain't too tough. It's like 10.5 thousand followers, but still that's a little something. And my Spotify
Hmm.
monthly listeners alone shot up to like almost at 40,000 monthly listeners. So I'm like, yeah, this is
Oh wow.
working. Yeah, and then like what I was talking about earlier in the interview, like it ain't the days of hitting the concrete and slinging CDs. It's the days of the internet now. So we gotta act
Hmm.
accordingly and move how the internet's moving. And everybody, I mean, what's the first thing you do during the day or when you get your free time? You're scrolling through your phone. I guarantee it. Everybody is.
Yep.
So
Yep.
like we gotta, instead of do it the old way, we gotta figure out new ways to engage with people. And I feel like this is definitely one of those ways. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So take advantage of it, get it while it's hot, and then as soon as the next wave comes on, hop on that and learn that and keep it moving. So
Yep.
that's what I'm trying to do, man. Just stay working, stay busy, stay relevant, stay, you know, successful.
Hmm.
So
Stay moving. That's the most important thing. Is continuously
absolutely.
always
Oh,
move
yo,
forward.
I gotta shout out this show that I'm doing Saturday.
Okay.
Uh, my song "Give Me 5 Minutes."
Uh-huh.
The Toledo Mobsters. It's a hockey team in Toledo, Ohio, and they discovered. By doing everything I was just talking about for the last 3 minutes,
Uh-huh.
like putting out videos and stuff going viral. These guys heard my song and they were like, "Who is this dude? Astray. He lives in Michigan, and we really like this 'Give Me 5 Minutes' song because it's like I'm talking about mobsters and being a boss and blah 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 and
Uh-huh.
um." So they kind of adopted that as their song that they skate out to every time they play. That's their song now. And they were like, "Yo, we need you to come down and perform it for us for our opening game of the season, our home game." And we're gonna, gonna have you come out on the ice, perform it. I'm gonna bring my homie Scheme with me. We're gonna be like standing back to back, this whole arena, and we're gonna be rapping the song. Like he'll hype man me, and Yeah, bro. They're having jerseys made for us and giving us like the royal welcome, and bro, it's so dope the shit that be happening like just off the strength of putting in work like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, so yeah, it's gonna be cool. So next Saturday that's happening. I forgot the name of the arena, but in Toledo, Ohio. Look up the if you're in that area. Look up the Toledo Mobsters and come to the game, man. It's gonna be dope.
See, yeah, that's dope as fuck right there, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's super dope, bro.
Like, yeah, you're gonna be out there. Like, are you guys gonna like be on the ice and shit like though too?
Right on the ice. Like, so
That's awesome.
they're gonna sing the national anthem, or whoever's singing the national anthem, and then they're doing a then it's I perform as they're coming out. So like me and Scheme will be in the middle of the arena, and I'll have a mic, he'll have a mic, and I think we're gonna be like standing back to back, and then like it's gonna be slippery as hell. So
Right.
we're gonna have to move kind of slow, but I don't want to fucking run and slip. But anyway, like maybe we'll turn and he'll go to this side and I'll go to this side of the crowd, and yeah, we'll finish. The song is literally 5 minutes long and there's no hooks or nothing. It's
Right.
just 5 minutes of rapidy rapping, and so I'm like, yeah, we got to do the song, and then they said I have to do something to where I like to make I have to like do some sort of promo photos where I'm dropping the puck, but I'm not
Mhm.
gonna really drop the puck in the game because like that's the ref he does that,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like I'm like I do a puck drop or whatever, and then yeah, we go and just enjoy the game and watch the game and kick it with the team, and yeah, because it's gonna be it's something I ain't never done nothing like this before.
Yeah,
So
that'd be
it's
dope
gonna be
as hell.
dope, man. And they're
Right.
making
Like
like
I
they're
live.
having us jerseys made and shit like that. So
Right.
I'm super geeked.
Yeah, I live a few blocks away from Dow Diamond, and I'm like, one of those
Mm,
days, I'm throwing out that first pitch. One of those days, and it's always up from there.
nice, nice. That's what's up, man.
You got those goals, but yeah, that's dope as hell.
Hell yeah, absolutely. So Toledo, Ohio, Saturday the 12th, October 12th.
Awesome, awesome. But yeah, I do want to thank you for coming on. It was a great chatting with you again. Like I'm gonna make it out to one of your shows. I have to. Like about Thursdays. Thursdays are hard. I have to work on
Yeah,
Fridays.
it's tough, man. I get it. It's all good.
But yeah, I'm gonna get out there one day. Well, I have a Friday off at one point. I'll have PTO or something. We'll use
There you
it.
go.
We'll get it. We'll get it. But yeah,
Hell
thank you
yeah.
again for coming on and
No
chopping
doubt,
up with
bro.
me.
For sure.
Yep. And everyone, all Astray's links are in the description below. Go ahead and tap into that. Subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff. And
Yeah,
big things popping in the future. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
absolutely. Me too, man.
Best of luck to you,
Definitely.
and
You
congratulations.
you too, bro. Absolutely.
Hey.
Keep grinding on here.
Oh hell yeah, we'll get there. One step
Definitely.
at a time. That's all you can do.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Yep. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And God bless. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'll see y'all next week. We have Thai paperwork coming in next week. So it's gonna be another good episode. So check that
That's
out.
what's up.
And deuces. Yeah, deuces, everyone. Peace.
Deuces. Peace.